Hi Shelby, thank you so much for meeting with me today and helping me with my class. Like we kind of talked about earlier, we're gonna just record our conversation, and then both my teacher and probably the other students in my class are gonna watch it. And so, if at any time we start talking about something that you're not comfortable with all of them seeing or knowing or anything like that, all you have to do is tell me, and we'll delete the video, and it'll be great.
Okay.
Also, I am not a licensed therapist, so I can't offer you any help or advice. We're just here to have a conversation.
Cool.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, Shelby.
Well, I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma. I came to college here at OSU, and I'm in the Human Sciences College. My major is Human Development and Family Science. I want to be a marriage and family therapist, which is really exciting. And I'm studying abroad next spring.
Where are you going?
I'm actually doing a semester at sea, which is pretty cool. We actually have all of our classes like on kind of like a cruise ship sort of thing, and we spend 110 days just kind of going around the world. So I'm really excited about it, and it's not going to help my major at all. It's actually going to put me back, but that's okay. I'm going to stay on top of things, and it's going to be fine. So I'm just looking to do that.
Do you know what all, do you have a plan of, what all your stops are? Do you know where you're going or what you're doing?
Kind of. I know that we're starting, in Hawaii, and then we just kind of go over to, Japan, and then we do, a little bit of Korea, and then China, some of Russia, and then we go through, Africa and India, and just places like that, so.
Well, you said it's, not going to help your major. What was your... obviously, other than the fact that it sounds like a lot of fun.
Right.
What was your motivation behind wanting to study abroad if it's going to set you back?
Well, yeah, it's a total bummer. It's going to set me back. But when I was in high school, my mom gave me two options to either, travel for a couple years or I could go to school. And I knew that I wouldn't go back to school if I spent a couple years traveling. So I just decided to just suck it up and go to school. And so she really kind of pushed me to study abroad. So I just thought it would be a really good way to kind of expand my horizons and really round out my college experience if I just went and studied abroad. And I couldn't really find one place that I wanted to go because there's so many interesting places, and OSU lets you go everywhere. So this just kind of made it capable for me to see a bunch of other places while still getting an education and having a really fun time.
Okay. Did you travel at all with your family before you graduated high school? What was your mom's focus on traveling? Where did that come from?
I have no idea. She's just a complete free spirit, and she just loves to travel. Every summer we have a vacation out of the country or just somewhere fun because she's just interested in seeing it, and she wants us to go with. So every year we've just been to Africa, and I've done a couple mission trips there, and then we've just been all over the U.S. and I've been to Spain and France and other places like that. It's just been a really cool experience to have with my mom because she just loves to do it. So we explore every crevice of wherever we are, which is really fun because she'll ask the locals for the best place to eat and things like that. So she just absolutely has the best time while we're there, which is really cool.
What's your top 2 favorite places you've ever been?
Oh my gosh, this is so hard to narrow down. Morocco, Africa, for sure. That will never change. It's really cool. It's just a huge city, and it's just buzzing. It's kind of like New York, but in Africa, which is a totally weird concept.
Okay.
But you just have a lot of cruise ships, and it's just a lot of ports there. So you always have it's heavy traffic, and then they just have the best mint tea. So if you ever get to go, you should definitely have it. But I don't know. It's just really cool shopping. Everywhere, it's just these little hidden alleyways that you go, and all the shops are 3 stories high, and they're just really interesting, and all the people are so enthusiastic about showing you their city, which is really cool. But then I love Seattle, Washington. It's my favorite place in the whole world, and that's probably where I'll end up later down the road in life. But I just love the rain and all of the trees and just being able to have all of that near you because Oklahoma offers very little of that. So those are probably my 2 favorite places that I've ever been. But every place I've gone is always a fun story to tell. So.
What was your motivation between picking that town in Africa? How did you hear about it?
Well, it was actually in high school. I went on a cruise with a bunch of seniors, and so we were just with one of my world history teachers, and she came along with us, and it was just one of the stops on the way, and we're only there for 6 hours, which just seems crazy because I feel like I could spend 4 or 5 weeks there, but we just stopped, and we had this guy that showed us around the city, and made us stop and have tea before we got back on the boat, and it's one experience I'll never quit talking about.
Do you think that traveling with your kids is something that you'll want to do later in life? Is that something you plan on?
Yeah, it's definitely something that I would like to make happen. I know that going into like human sciences field, I'm not looking to make a whole lot of money. So obviously we're gonna have to prioritize where I hope to go, and we probably won't do as extravagant trips as my mom has always taken us on. But I definitely want like my family to be cultured and things like that, and just to like love to travel and see the world and experience things for themselves. So that's something I'll definitely be interested in doing.
What's the most valuable thing you think you can learn from traveling around the world?
Just like kind of keep an open mind, because it's really easy to kind of get stuck where you are and be comfortable. And so when you go to other countries or any other place, it's awkward because you have a language barrier. You don't really understand their like way of doing things. So if you just keep a constant open mind, it's easier for you to travel and see and change your plans and all of that kind of stuff. It's a good experience.
I think that that's all I need for today, but thank you so much for coming in
Yeah.
and helping me with my class.
Absolutely.